The notion that the pre-flood world was technologically advanced is gaining traction not only from religious perspectives, but also from archaeological anomalies that defy conventional explanations. According to this understanding, humanity before Noah's flood may have reached incredible levels of knowledge, innovation, and skill. This idea stems from biblical texts, extra-biblical writings, and mysterious archaeological findings. Some even believe that the fallen angels, or watchers, played a direct role in the rapid advancements of this ancient civilization by sharing forbidden knowledge with humanity. The Bible itself provides key insights into the sophistication of pre-flood society. Genesis 4 recounts how Cain's descendants were responsible for pioneering critical technological and cultural advancements. Tubal-Cain, for example, is described as a master of metalwork, forging tools and instruments from bronze and iron. This suggests that the people of that era were already familiar with metallurgy and its practical applications. Additionally, other descendants of Cain are credited with creating musical instruments, organizing societies, and even building cities. Cain himself, after being cast out, founded the city of Enoch, implying the existence of urban development. The Book of Enoch, which expands on Genesis, tells of fallen angels who descended to earth and provided humans with advanced knowledge. These angels, known as the Watchers, taught humanity how to forge weapons, work metals, use cosmetics, and understand astrology. They also contributed to the moral corruption of mankind by engaging in unnatural unions with human women, producing the Nephilim, giants who furthered the spread of violence and chaos. According to this account, the technological advancements of the pre-flood world were not only human achievements, but also the result of divine, or rather fallen, influence. In addition to receiving knowledge from divine beings, the longevity of pre-flood humans played a crucial role in their technological achievements. The Bible states that people like Adam, Methuselah, and Noah lived for hundreds of years, with Methuselah famously reaching 969 years of age. Genesis 5:27. This extended lifespan would have given individuals centuries to accumulate knowledge, experiment with innovations, and refine their skills. Unlike modern society, where technological advancement often depends on passing knowledge across generations, pre-flood humans had the opportunity to build on their own experiences across vast spans of time. For instance, figures like Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla revolutionized the world within just a few decades. Imagine the potential of individuals living for centuries, collaborating and refining their knowledge. This immense amount of time would have allowed for technological and scientific discoveries far beyond what we might expect from such an early point in human history. The people of the pre-flood world likely had the advantage of continuity, where inventors could work on projects for centuries without the knowledge being lost to death or generational gaps. Supporters of the advanced pre-flood civilization also point to numerous archaeological enigmas that hint at forgotten technological capabilities. Megalithic structures such as the pyramids of Giza, Baalbek in Lebanon, and Sacsayhuaman in Peru defy modern understanding of ancient engineering. The precision with which massive stones were cut and transported suggests that the builders of these structures possessed knowledge and skills far beyond what is traditionally attributed to ancient civilizations. For example, Baalbek contains enormous stones, some weighing over 800 tons, yet they were transported and precisely placed at great distances. Modern engineers with today's technology would find it difficult to move stones of this magnitude, raising the question of how ancient people achieved such feats. Some theorize that these structures may be remnants of pre-flood knowledge, passed down or preserved after the deluge. The fallen angels, with their knowledge of physics and materials, may have assisted in these constructions. Many ancient cultures attribute their impressive engineering skills to the gods or divine beings, possibly reflecting the involvement of these fallen angels. The mathematical precision found in these structures also suggests a high level of sophistication. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for instance, is nearly perfectly aligned with the cardinal points of the compass, and its dimensions are based on complex mathematical ratios that incorporate principles like pi and the golden ratio. This level of mathematical understanding implies a deep grasp of geometry and engineering that surpasses the capabilities we typically associate with the ancient world. Could this advanced knowledge have been handed down from the Watchers? Some believe it's possible. The fallen angels who took human wives and produced the Nephilim giants are believed by some to have played a pivotal role in the technological advancement of the pre-flood world. According to the Book of Enoch, the Watchers not only imparted forbidden knowledge to humans, but also used their own power to manipulate nature, creating new tools, weapons, and perhaps even forms of energy. The Nephilim, being part divine, were said to possess extraordinary physical and intellectual abilities. They could have served as intermediaries between the fallen angels and human beings, spreading their knowledge and overseeing the development of new technologies. The Bible speaks of the Nephilim as mighty and renowned figures, often associated with great feats of strength and intellect. Their influence, coupled with the guidance of the Watchers, could explain the rapid technological advancements of the antediluvian world. However, this knowledge came at a cost. The misuse of this technology led to violence, corruption, and the eventual judgment of God, culminating in the Great Flood that wiped out the civilization. The destruction was not just a punishment for moral failure, but also a divine act to cleanse the world of dangerous knowledge that humanity was not yet ready to handle. Beyond the sheer size of megalithic structures, the level of mathematical precision found in them strengthens the argument for a pre-flood advanced civilization. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for example, is so accurately aligned with the cardinal points of the compass that it boggles the minds of modern engineers. Many believe this could only have been accomplished with highly advanced tools or knowledge. The pyramid's dimensions reflect the use of complex mathematical constants like pi and the golden ratio, hinting at an understanding of geometry that goes far beyond the capabilities we attribute to ancient societies. These accomplishments, along with the construction of other enormous structures such as Stonehenge, suggest a profound knowledge of astronomy and engineering. Fallen angels, with their superior intellect and mastery over natural forces, could have provided this knowledge. Some legends even speak of magical or lost technologies, such as the use of sound frequencies to move large objects, that may have been used by these ancient builders. While these ideas remain speculative, they fit within the context of a pre-flood society that was highly advanced, yet morally compromised. If such an advanced civilization existed, why don't we find more evidence of it? The answer may lie in the very nature of the flood. The Bible describes the flood as a global cataclysm, one that covered even the highest mountains and fundamentally altered the Earth's surface. Such a disaster would have wiped out not only the people of that era, but also most of the physical evidence of their civilization. Buildings, cities, and infrastructure would have been submerged or destroyed, leaving only the most durable or hidden remnants behind. Over time, these remnants could have been buried under layers of sediment or eroded away by the forces of nature. However, some structures may have survived in part, either due to their immense size or the materials used in their construction. The ruins at Baalbek, Giza, and Sacsayhuaman could represent these remnants, standing as silent witnesses to a forgotten age. Additionally, the flood likely obliterated written records and other forms of documentation that could have preserved the knowledge of this advanced civilization. Oral traditions, myths, and legends passed down by the survivors may be all that remains of the once great pre-flood world. After the flood, humanity may have attempted to reclaim the lost knowledge of the pre-flood world. The Tower of Babel is often cited as an example of this effort. In Genesis 11, humanity, united by a single language, sought to build a tower that reached the heavens. Their ambition was to make a name for themselves and reclaim the greatness they had lost. However, God intervened, confusing their language and scattering them across the earth. This scattering prevented humanity from recovering the full extent of the pre-flood knowledge, limiting the technological progress that might have been possible otherwise. In conclusion, the idea that the pre-flood world was advanced technologically finds support in a combination of biblical accounts, extra-biblical writings, and archaeological mysteries. The involvement of fallen angels, the Nephilim, and extended human lifespans all point to a civilization that reached incredible heights before being wiped out by divine judgment. While much of this knowledge was lost in the flood, remnants of it may still exist in the form of ancient structures and myths, hinting at a forgotten chapter of human history.